Good morning, everyone. It's Lynn Dunn from Stamptastic Designs. Thanks so much for joining me today. So today I am going to focus on a new die set. So let me show you this die. It's called Patchwork Pieces, and this is the particular die that we're going to use today. And I have three different card layouts that I want to share with you that feature this particular die. Hang on a second here. I'm just going to fix my volume. There we go. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Okay, let's try this again. So I have three different card ideas. I have two of them laying here right now. But I've been playing around with the Earthen Textures bundle. And I've also been playing around with this new die set called Patchwork Pieces. So this is like a standalone die set. There's two different dies in this particular set. And so this is the die that I will be using today to figure out a best way to show you guys. This is the die that I will be using today to create these cards. So it's kind of a fun little die set. There's, like I said, there's two different dies in this set. So I'm only focusing on one today. And then this is the bundle that I'm using. It's Earthen Textures. So it's one of my favorite bundles in the catalog. I love the earthen kind of neutral tone colors. And then this is the stamp set and the coordinating die set. So it does come in a bundle if you want the dies along with the stamp set. So we are going to play around with this fun little design. So as you can see here, let me make this a little bit bigger. I have just some really fun little ways that you can use this patchwork die to create some really cool backgrounds for your cards. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I'm using a variety of products from the Earthen Elegance Suite. So the designer paper and of course the stamp set and the dies for these cards. So let's move into what I did to create these cards. So I used that die, that Patchwork Pieces die, and I cut out three different pattern paper, well, actually two different pattern papers, and then I did some embossing on some vanilla cardstock. So I cut it out three times, and basically what I'm going to do is just mix and match these to create the different cards. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here. And so I have, I took all these pieces and just kind of moved them around. So it's kind of like, what was that called? I can't think. That kind of like that one sheet wonder where you take three different sheets of paper and you cut them up and then you kind of move all the pieces around, I guess. So what I'm going to do is just kind of, I'm going to move some of these down and I'm just going to get these set up here. Let's move these off. So we'll start this way with these pieces. And then what I did is just kind of moved pieces around so that I had, what I basically want to do is get two of each of the pattern papers on each card. So actually two of the pattern papers and then the embossed vanilla cardstock. So I'm just going to move these around and chit chat with you a little bit while I do this. So let's see what else we got here. We got this one. So it's kind of like putting together a little puzzle, I guess. And we'll put this over here, move these pieces back. So you just want to make sure that you have two of each of the designs, you know, two of each of the things that we're playing with here. Put this here. So we got two of those. And this. And then this one. And this one goes here, I think. I think. And where does this one go? This one goes here. So I try to keep them in order. So that makes it a little easier for me when I put this together. Okay. So I think that looks good. So you can see all I did was just kind of move the pieces around so that I had two of each of the different patterns for each card. All right. So we are going to start. I'm going to move this out of the way. Let's bring this one back. And we'll start with this one. I'm just going to grab the pieces, hopefully, hopefully without messing them up too much. All right, well that didn't work as well as I planned, but all right. So what we're going to do is just adhere these pieces to a piece of early espresso cardstock. So this piece in the background here is 3.5 by 5. And so the first layout that I put together, I really just wanted to put all the pieces side by side, just get them all kind of stuck together and create just a fun little pattern. So this is what it will look like. My fingers are sticky for some reason. I haven't even used the glue yet. They're sticky. Okay, so that's what it'll look like. So the colors I'm using for my card bases, all my card bases are the new pecan pie. So that's what the card base is. And then this is the early espresso. And then I created just some little elements with, the vanilla cardstock and the copper clay. And then this is the same as the card base, the pecan pie. So this first one, I'm just going to adhere these little pieces. So it is a little bit, putsy to play around with it, but you get such a cool look once you're done. So it's definitely worth it. So I'm just going to line these up the best I can. Once you get the first one in, then the rest of them line up pretty easy because you can just push them right next to each other. And then my vanilla cardstock is just embossed with the Time Worn type 3D embossing folder, but you can use any embossing folder. I just wanted to kind of break up some of the designer paper and add a little bit of the vanilla in there. Like I said, I love the earth tones, so this was perfect for me. All right, we'll put this one on, scoot in there. And then I created these 3 cards that I'm going to show you. And then I created I just kind of played around with different colors and then used the same layout. So when I first created these cards, I was like, oh, I really like these cards. I like the browns and the vanilla together, but wait till you see the second set that I created. I think I like those better. Okay, so that's the basic design, and then you just add it to a card base. So in this case, I'm just using the pumpkin pie, oh, pecan pie, pecan pie, pumpkin pie. They should never name things the same. All right, so that's what your background looks like. And then I just added a little greeting and then just one of the elements. I die cut these little shapes here from the Earthen Textures bundle and then just added that to the card. So it's a very simple card. And then I just added a little bit of designer paper on the inside. So that's the first way. Let me get this out of the way here. I won't take you through decorating everything. I'll just show you the basic designs. So let's do this one. So for this one, I decided to use just the card base itself. I didn't add anything additional. And what I learned from playing around with this particular die set is that the die cut pieces just fit perfectly and make just a really fun design on your card front. So I'm just going to move all these pieces over. So this is basically what they would look like. Let's grab these. So that's what my pieces would look like. And now, you can create this card the same way I created the last one if you don't want to make all different designs. But what I did here is I just spread these pieces out. So I spread them out and went against the sides of the card base. So you just spread them all out, leave a little bit of space in between them, and then you can go ahead and adhere them. So the nice thing about this is that you're adhering them right to the edge of your card base. So it makes it a little bit easier to, adhere these pieces. So I always adhere the corner ones first. So this is the corner one, and this is going to come right down the side. You're going to line up this edge with the side here. And then this one we'll just put right in between those two. We'll line that up with the top. And then down here, we'll just add these pieces. So I kind of want them where I want them. And I recommend using liquid glue because you can kind of scoot the pieces around to get them where you want them. If you don't quite get them straight, like here. And that one. And then the bottom one. So it gives you a really fun design. I just thought that was really cool. And it shows the, the pecan. I'm going to keep saying pumpkin, I bet. Pecan pie cardstock through it. So it just gives it a really cool look. And then, of course, I didn't like all this openness here, so I had to cover all that up with just a little greeting and then a little spray of die cut shapes from the Earthen Textures bundle. So it was a really, really fun design. I really like it. And then on the inside, same thing. I just added a little bit of designer paper on the inside. All right, so that's another way that you can use this Patchwork Pieces die. But now the last set, so I have this last set here. Let's bring these over. I have this last set of die cut pieces. And I'm going to do pretty much the same thing that I did with the others, except for I'm going to turn the pieces and we're going to make a landscape style card instead of a portrait style card. So let me move these over here. So this is the card, and it's very similar to this card. So if I could adhere the pieces this way on the card, and then this card would look exactly like this. But I decided to make a landscape style card and just turn my card base and adhere the pieces this direction. All right, so that's what I'm going to do with this one. And so we'll start up at the top. Actually, I'll put all these pieces on here so you can see. So I use the same style, where you just adhere them right to the edge. And then like that. So it'll look like that. So we'll start down here on the bottom. And we'll adhere this one. So pretty neat. Oh, and there's so many, I mean, you can do this with any pattern paper. I just was working with one particular suite of products, but I bet you this would be beautiful with the daisy paper. We use all kinds of paper. There's so many possibilities with this, so. Add that. It's like I can't wait to show you the other cards too. I love these cards, but I used a different color combination for the other ones. And I just really like them. The suspense is building. You guys can't wait to see them. All right, so we'll add this over here. So you get the idea. So that's what the design would look like. And then here I just added, I just cut out some die cut shapes like this. And let me grab one of these. I'll just kind of give you an idea of how I did this. So I just cut out some die cut shapes, adhered them behind my greeting, and then I add just a little bit of this natural trim. So this natural trim is really easy to adhere. I suppose I could show you this one, right? I'll show you one. So we'll just cut this. And I just adhere this trim with glue. So you just put the glue down and just hold this for a minute. And then while that's drying, we'll put this together. Let's see, that should be good. Snip this off. And where are my dimensionals? Here we go. Probably put a dimensional there. So I just modified these little pieces because they are longer pieces because they go into, like you can put them in the little pottery or the little vases. So I just modified the pieces a little bit. I trimmed off the long stems just to make a cute little focal point. And then this can just go right on like that. And then, like I said, you can create any focal point. You can use any designer paper that you want. It's just a fun little design. All right, so let me show you, I'll bring these back. So these are, well, actually, let me bring these back. These are the cards that I created just by cutting out 3 different pieces of paper. So let's tuck that under there. So those are the three different designs. They're all the exact same, pieces, same size shape pieces. So I think what I'll do is I'll take these away and then I'll show you the other ones that I made. I'll kind of do them side by side. I decided to change it up and create it with some misty moonlight and still using that pecan pie and the very vanilla. But I just changed the card base to misty moonlight. Actually, let's move this. I'll bring them all out so you can see them all. And then I'll show you the other ones side by side. So I just loved the brown and the blue together. I think it's just a really cool combination. I loved the cards that I just showed you too, but I don't know, there's something about the blue and the brown together that just really, I just really loved it. So this is what this one looks like side by side. So we'll lay that down. I'll show them to you side by side. And then here's the blue one, and then the one I just made. So just really cool. So there's those. And then these are the last 2. So you can easily change out the colors and, do whatever kind of color combination that you want to do. I had a lot of fun with this set, and I thought it was just really cool to play around with the different patchwork pieces. And so um, I'll put these together so that you can kind of see the browns and the blues. So I don't know, which one is your favorite? Which one do you guys like? The blues or the blue and brown, or just the brown, like the brown and the copper? I love them both. I really like the way that blue stands out though. So yeah, the blue makes it pop, definitely. All right, you guys. So that's what I wanted to share with you. I just wanted to kind of give you a sneak peek into, um, these fun little dies. I haven't used this one yet, so that'll probably be next on my list. But this is the die from the Patchwork Pieces that I used to create all 6 of these cards. And you can use any designer paper, any pattern paper that you have. You can use any embossing folder if you want to do some embossed cardstock pieces in there. The die really does all the work. So it cuts out all the pieces. All you have to do is assemble it. So, all right. So I hope you guys enjoyed these card ideas. Have a wonderful Sunday, and I will see you guys all again next week. So take care, everybody.